Inside Xi Jinping's billion-dollar power and empire, there are world leaders. And then there's Xi Jinping. From rising through the ranks of the Chinese Communist Party to becoming the most powerful man in China since Mao, Xi rules not just politically, but financially. He's not just China's president. He's the architect of an empire woven into every fiber of the world's second-largest economy. Today, we're stepping inside the ultra-guarded world of Xi Jinping, where wealth, control, and secrecy reign. 1. The hidden real estate empire. Xi Jinping doesn't flash luxury homes. But behind China's red curtain lies an empire of state-owned real estate, with Xi at the center. He resides in Zongnanhai, a massive, closed-off leadership compound in Beijing, a city within a city. Surrounded by high walls, elite security, and ancient Chinese palaces, this compound is off-limits to the public. But Xi's reach goes far beyond. Through SOEs, state-owned enterprises, and party-controlled investment arms, China holds trillions in property assets, all under his influence. Apartments in Shanghai, commercial towers in Shenzhen, luxury resorts in Hainan, all quietly controlled by a system loyal to one man. 2. Private jets, bulletproof trains, and secret convoys. Xi doesn't travel like a typical president. He moves like a head of an empire. His presidential plane, Air China 1, is a highly modified Boeing 747 with secure communications, missile defense, and a luxury interior. But even more elite, his use of custom-built high-speed bullet trains for domestic travel. Silent, shielded, swift, he's flanked by bodyguards from the Central Guard Bureau, moves in encrypted motorcades, and operates under total media control. Every step is strategic. Every trip choreographed like a military operation. 3. The Untouchable Web of Wealth. Through the party, Xi doesn't personally own companies. But he doesn't need to. He controls the Chinese Communist Party, which, in turn, controls banking giants like ICBC and Bank of China, oil titans like Sinopec and PetroChina, telecom empires like Huawei and China Mobile, and a global investment arm, CIC, with over $1.3 trillion in assets. This isn't personal wealth on paper. It's operational control over corporations bigger than countries, a form of power no private billionaire could ever match. 4. Quiet luxury behind the curtain. Xi Jinping is never seen in designer suits or flashy watches. But make no mistake, his lifestyle is elite. His compound includes historical villas, koi ponds, ancient gardens, and meeting rooms modeled after imperial palaces. Interior reports mention hand-carved furniture, jade decorations, and rare calligraphy worth millions. His wardrobe? Always modest, simple suits or military-style jackets, but tailored by China's best, using the finest domestic materials, handmade for symbolism and style. 5. Economic power over 1.4 billion people. Xi is more than a president. He's the ultimate CEO of China Incorporated. Under his rule, he leads the National Development and Reform Commission, dictating how trillions are spent, oversees People's Bank of China, directing the money supply, controls media, tech, and even entertainment, enforces loyalty through common prosperity policies that target billionaires, while preserving the party's own dominance. While others face crackdowns, Xi's control grows. He doesn't just run the economy, he is the economy's compass. 6. Influence without borders. Xi's wealth isn't just financial, it's geopolitical. Under his Belt and Road Initiative, China has poured trillions into Africa, Latin America, and Europe. Ports in Sri Lanka, railroads in Africa, infrastructure in Pakistan. These are investments, but also leverage. Through state-owned banks and corporations, China gains influence. And at the top of it all, Xi, directing a new global order with yuan and steel instead of bombs and tanks. 7. A legacy built on total control. Since taking power in 2012, Xi has reshaped China. He removed presidential term limits, crushed dissent, and embedded himself in every institution. He controls the military, courts, censorship boards, and anti-corruption agencies. He purged rivals under the guise of reform, replacing them with loyalists. And he rewrote history, declaring himself the core of the party. It's not just about ruling today. It's about ruling forever, through a system built in his image. The billionaire behind the Great Firewall. Now you see the real story. Behind the speeches, symbolism, and silence lies one of the most powerful empires on Earth. Xi Jinping doesn't need a flashy Forbes ranking. His wealth is structural, institutional, untouchable. He's not just the face of China. He's the architect of a global powerhouse. And as the world watches China rise, Xi stands firmly at the helm, one party, one president, 1 billion people at his command.